definitive person within the United fan base, at least anyway.
What about you?
Goes, this is the song, this is what we're going to sing, everyone do it.
No, some stuff just sticks.
Yeah.
And some doesn't. I think a lot of stuff gets sung, but it just never makes it past.
So it's
I
not
think
past like
fans
your little
aren't
bit,
always
hit block.
fans aren't actually always singing it. They know the tunes, they know roughly where the words should be. So na, na, you know,
Then
you're not
chime in.
actually singing the words.
Yeah.
You just know. Everyone's doing that at that point. Or, and then everyone just follows that.
Which is why the short, sharp ones
you pick
last.
up the words as you go along.
Do you know what I'm saying? If they're too long-winded or got too much, like you are actually writing a whole song, it's never going to make it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Which I'm quite surprised that the Ollie the Will one's funny because it is mad catchy. Like, I get loads of rival fans saying, "Oh, Flex, but I hate you guys. I hate that you were doing good and all this."
But when you start singing it, I
But
sing
then they're
along.
like, I do like that song.
It's like
Even
a Salah
that,
song.
I'm
It gets
like,
in your head.
oh,
Gets in your
it
head.
just gets in there, and it's
Yeah.
just catchy. But even the Ollie the Will, I'm not going to lie. Even I'm a bit like, oh.
Did you ever like it, or is it just?
I've loved it lots of times.
but
Lots
you've
times,
rinsed
but
it
I'm
now.
getting to the end of it now.
You've rinsed it.
I love it. It's nice when you score and you want to keep that going. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, half of these players ain't even on the fucking pitch.
That's the point.
There was a whole case study about the Liverpool Ale Ale song.
Yes.
How that came from Italian pop in the mid-80s via Italy to Liverpool, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Really, it started, I think, at the Porto game, and then became the theme tune to the rest of the season.
Yes.
And they really looked. There was a couple of really good articles looking into how that actually came about.
Well, Neil from the Anfield Rap's going to be joining us in about 5 minutes, so we'll get him to kind of really fill us in.
Don't
on
get him to sing though.
No. We won't be doing that.
No walking alone now. Yeah.
No, none of that nonsense. So just finally, Rafa, what do you think? What can English fans do to better improve the songs and the general atmosphere amongst, especially the newer stadiums in the Premier League? Because I think I'm an Arsenal fan. The Emirates, I think it's awful at the Emirates, and you kind of compound that with awful songs as well. It doesn't really work. It's not conducive to helping the team. What do you think English fans can do to make it a bit more, make it bounce? Do they need a hype man?
I wouldn't blame English fans for it, because it is just a function of ticket prices and of how the way the stadiums work. You find it very difficult to go with a real big group of friends together. You're you're atomized. All this stuff happens through people hanging out with each other for years and years and years. People being young, being very interested in being part of the spectacle rather than just sitting down and watching and seeing that the team does something for them. I wouldn't blame the fans for it, because if you're in the stadium, it's because you are playing that game that you're forced to play by paying heavy prices and doing lots of stuff that you don't want to do, like sitting down and not drinking beer and all these kind of things that you're not within your control. So
paying
I think
£6 for a beer.
Yeah, I think the smarter. But you can't drink it in the stadium, for example.
Yeah, you
Which is
can't.
If your beers were
ridiculous.
£2.50, people would sing a lot more.
You think?
In a quite
Yeah, because they'll be drunk. Bro.
Be smashed.
They're not Shoreditch on a Saturday night.
But then what's the downside to that then? If they are drunk, they might be a bit more lively, but
Yeah, but the
lively
thing
is
is,
always a
like,
good
If you
thing.
not
serve
bringing
everyone
it
Bud
into the
Light,
thing.
it's like
I think that's
2.5%.
ridiculous.
It's cool.
Yeah, that is
As long as it's not Stella.
Yeah, but you're a lightweight, you know that. So
I'm a lightweight.
All right, yeah, let's move on.
We know that's not true.
I think, to be fair, I think more and more clubs are realising that something has to be done, that the atmosphere is too stale. So whether that's having special blocks where people are almost encouraged to sing, or where people turn a blind eye to people standing in some certain areas, I think we're getting to the stage where the clubs realise, you know what, we've kind of maxed out on ticket revenue. Let's just make sure that there actually is fun for the people to go to,
Sure.
rather than just a TV product. And I think it will change and will improve.
All right, now we have Neil from the Anfield Rap. Neil, how are you doing, sir?
Very well indeed.
You well?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Good. So
Rammed in here, isn't it?
it's a full house today, but that's just how we
Amazing.
like it. Nice and,
How many football
nice and
fans can
cozy.
you get in the studio?
There's a joke in there somewhere. So Neil, earlier on, another song apart from the Ollie the Will one that's gone viral, and it's gone viral into my head that I can't get out, is LA nonsense. Where did that start, and who at Liverpool is the gatekeeper in terms of deciding what songs get sung and what songs are dead?
Well, it's always aways, isn't it? I mean, we all know that it's always aways. I'm sure you've talked about the fact that all songs come from away support. LA, part of why LA went massive massive last season was because of Jamie Webster and him singing it at Boss Night events and other bits and pieces as well. And it grabbed people, but also it's got all the hits in. Let's be honest. I mean, in terms, like, I'm not a huge fan of LA, in that it's just at times it does sort of, to me, reduce itself into what feels like random Liverpudlian words that are broadly speaking all right, aren't they?
So are you not a fan of it now because it's been rinsed, or was you never really a fan of it?
No, not really. I mean, there's some songs that I love that we've got, and there's some that I sing it, and I'll sing it with full gusto, because that's not the purpose. I'm not meant to like it. You know what I mean? You're not meant to necessarily like all of these things. That's not what it's about.
But it's your song, and you sing it.
Yeah, you sing it and you give it full. I mean, I do change some of the words. We've conquered all of Europe, but we'll never beat West Brom is one of mine that I enjoy, because it doesn't matter at that point. No one can actually work out what anyone's singing. But it gets people going and people love it, and I love it when it's at Anfield and it's in full flow. That's when I like it. If you're asking me, if I was to break it down, where does it rank in my favourite Liverpool songs? It's probably not even top 10. But people get right behind it. The ground gets up. The ground gets up at home. The ground gets up away. The ground gets up at big moments. The away support can get right behind it, and that's where these things stem first and foremost from. There's the breakthrough. There's getting it going in a bar on an away or on a coach. Then there's the next step, which is getting it going in the ground and an away. Then there's the next step, which is getting it going around the ground at home, and then the next step is you get it in the ground. And if you get a good song about a footballer, it's very convenient if he then has a good game the next time you're playing at home, if it's been going off away.
So for those who've been living under a rock for the last 6 months, can we just get a clip of this annoying song?
Like when David Byrne sang Once in a Lifetime, and he had all the stuff from Preachers, and he just pulled all the lines from Preachers and pulled them all together in a row. It's a bit like that.
Okay.
In that, the Fields of Anfield Road, their sound. I like Bob Paisley and Bill Shankly, but both of them great fellas. We are all supporters. You can't argue with the facts. We come from Liverpool. Most of us do. Some of us don't, but that's all right. That's allowed as well. It's LA. Paris down to Turkey. Loads of locations in there.
We're not looking for Grammy wins around here, are we?
No. But this is not. It's all right, and everyone sings it, and that's the most important thing.
So Flex, be real. Is there a Liverpool song that you've heard that you think, I shouldn't really say it out loud, but it's kind of a decent song still?
Nah.
No? Not one? There's not one?
Come on, man.
Obviously, the Never Walk Alone one for me is obviously the most, is the biggest.
It's the most
for
powerful
me.
one.
Abolish it.
But there's nothing that I would say, wish we had that, or I want to sing that. Absolutely not.
Neil, any United songs that you...
Yeah, I love, I was doing before, na 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 Nicky Butt, Nicky Butt, Nicky Butt,
you know what about that? And you know what? Such lack of creativity in it. And when you're talking about just like moving it on to someone else, that's Ashley O's song now.
But to be fair, I've never heard Mancunian enunciate their T's like that, so I'm sure it wasn't sounding like Nicky Butt when they were singing it.
I mean, they're not great compliments on the whole. I also like and hate in equal measure. Like, it's the worst thing. Like United sometimes, without getting into the dark side of all this, United sometimes have in the past come to Anfield and sang some pretty horrible things. Why they don't just spend 90 minutes singing 20 times Man United is beyond me. That's all I do.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Cross-reference with next year after Liverpool win this title, I'm looking forward to just singing Champions for 90 minutes in every ground I go to. That's what I want. I'd just do 20 times Man United if I supported Man United.
Rafa, who's the team that you guys at Bayern have a song that, like, so at Arsenal we have lots of Tottenham songs. Who's the team?
Tottenham.
Don't make me sing
a couple more as well. That's my favourite. That's my favourite.
It's a brilliant song.
That's all right.
It's one of our better ones, to be fair.
I'm not sure that's a good thing or not, but we're at a stage where we don't sing about any other team anymore because it's just not relevant. But what happened during Saturday's game, I was in Munich for the 5-0 over Dortmund, and it's something that Bayern fans did a couple of weeks ago. They basically started just nicking a song from the Borussia Dortmund fans where they sing Borussia Dortmund will be champions, and just repeat it without changing the words at all.
Ouch.
So pure unadulterated
United do that.
sarcasm.
United do that. You know the who the fuck am I United?
Yeah.
Again from away fans.
Yeah.
Obviously that's as soon as someone scores against United, that's what they say straight away. And it's kind of like the 8 Mile thing, isn't it? If you mug yourself off, it makes it a bit more difficult for someone else to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And we
that's
just sing it all the time, even when we go 1-0 up away from home.
When we recorded this on a few weeks back, loads of mad shit happened. But one thing that was crazy was Pickford made a save, and no one had told me about this, or any of us had transpired after the fact. They then, on Everton's scoreboard, they do this thing with like a font that's made out of floodlights that goes, England's number 1.
Oh, do they?
That's corny. God, it was amazing.
so bad.
And so we all sang England's number 1. About Pickford all the way through the game at any opportunity.
That is so bad.
It's
So
one of
that's
them.
setting your player up for a fall.
Well, I mean, that's nil status, nil optimum.
And just done sort of in the
Missy
sound
optimum.
of a
No, it doesn't. It just comes up on the board.
Oh,
But then,
I see.
because they want the idea is they're going to prompt the Everton. But the Everton supporters, to be fair, them were all like, "Oh my God, who's brought that back?" Because supposedly it disappeared for a while. It came back, and then we absolutely leapt on it.
Bad.
because it'd be good if it were done in a strange voice like you get in theme parks or fairs, you know.
Or like X Factor.
No, when it's like more like, come on, join the ride. England's number 1.
So just finally, players, Flex, who has never had a song that you felt should have had a song, and vice versa, who has got a song that you think should have never really had a song?
Because we've had so many great players.
All right.
I know, it's true though. And one multiple things. It's kind of like you feel like
Ferguson.
they should all have one.
Did he get a song?
And Fergie, I mean, it's
Your Fergie crap
you know
songs were
what?
crap.
The Fergie one that we do have. Oh, everybody loves Alex Ferguson. Loves Alex Ferguson.
No, but they don't.
Oh, every single one of us. I feel like he should have something a bit better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we know we all love him. Let's talk about why. Like, let's put that in there. So for me, maybe I think they could improve the Fergie songs. But like I said, because we had such a successful period from when I've been watching United anyway. You kind of feel like if you've been part of that success, you deserve a little song. But like, if you're talking about the present day, Ashley Young's dead. Like, he's got a song. But then you've taken Nicky Butt's song, which didn't really take much creativity. So that's kind of like a diss in itself.
It is a diss, yeah.
Sanchez don't deserve to be in the Ollies
The
at the
main
Wheel.
song, yeah.
Where are you? You don't play.
I hear you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Same question, Neil. Is there a player that you just think, how the hell have you got a song, or vice versa? Someone that just never.
I mean, first there's what you hear outside the ground and what you don't hear in the ground. So at the minute we're struggling a little bit with Trent. Trent should probably have a proper loud song in the ground. He's a homegrown Liverpool supporter. He's terrific. He's really good. He's just got to score against Everton because there is one lined up, which is who put the ball in the blue shirts net. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Okay.
Spot on, but he's got to put the ball. He's got to put the ball. He's got to put it. No. If he just puts the ball in the blue shirts net, it'll sort itself up.
Shorten his name.
So yeah, Trent Arnold's not great either. It's that annoying four-syllable bit.
We know who
Or
he is.
TAA?
It's not like Trent is like John, where there's 20
I
other
like a
Johns sitting behind him.
surname. I like a surname, to be honest. So it would be Arnold if it was anything.
Technically, Trent is a surname.
So it is, I suppose, yeah. But that sort of thing, I think, is at the minute. You know, the big one for us this year is the Bobby Firmino song, which is the River Plate / whatever. Si, senor, give the ball to Bobby and he will score. There's something that the cop wants you to know. Best in the world, Roberto Firmino. It's very singing it badly. It's great in the ground.
I think you're making it sound better than it is.
I heard it in the tube in Munich, Liverpool fans singing it, but it sounds better when you bash into someone.
You're not going to there's a 2, 3, 4.
When you demolish
When you really
public
give it some.
transport, it has a certain thing.
And Rafa,
You know,
who the
it
players?
just got me thinking. We have a thing, certainly at Bind, where they don't actually sing the names of players. I don't
purpose?
think any.
Like,
I don't know if it's a
safer
purpose, but I
given
don't think
modern day football.
Yeah, maybe. It's always
Dortmund.
about the club rather than the player. I don't think we have any. Okay, sometimes and things happen on the pitch and people say, ripperoo, but it's not really
not
sort
a
of
song,
a chant with
Yeah.
the lyrics and everything. We don't have it.
If there was a player you could pick, which player would you pick a song for? Or who you feel deserves a song?
Well, I'd make a song about Javi Martinez, but again, it's a difficult one You know, first of all, hardly anyone can pronounce his name, and secondly, he's he's a holding midfielder, doesn't really catch the eye.
Unless we're singing about him taking players out in the middle of the park.
Javi Martinez.
That's the one that just takes that's like the default tone, innit? That you just take on.
Let's get that going viral.
Happens, that whole sharing of songs with the same melody, the same.
Let's make it fit to the
same
name.
With the Ozil one and the Ali, Dele Alli one. We've got Ozil. We've got Ali.
Name,
it's just sing the same thing, innit?
Okay, right. So I'm gonna give up my best shot and try.